And here we attempt yet another run. This is another one in the same day. We're going to do Large Marge. And as I mentioned in the last video, this is the Curse of the Labyrinth. Unfortunately, we're on Cellar. I like to go left first. These guys right here. And again, we're going to get 2 treasure rooms, one of which should be unlocked. But I'm still going to try to hoard keys until I see them. We got to keep that curse room in mind. These trites are pretty annoying. Want to wear that one down first. And now I can just kind of corral this one around here. Fortunately, Isaac's a pretty good character to use in general. Just a lone spider and another bomb. That's very possible to be the secret room, so... Remember, these guys shoot at you, and they're not friendly. Otherwise, this is quite a nice room. A free coin. There's your sacrifice room. And again, I'd like to stay left. There's a bum friend, and an open one. We get the miter. And the miter makes soul hearts much more likely. It's the equivalent of the Mom's Pearl Trinket in the passive form, I believe. Unless the Mom's Pearl Trinket is weaker, but the miter makes it 50% likely that any red heart turns into a soul heart. It's quite powerful. Let's go. Well, wait. I have to come back here anyway for the beggar, probably. And the curse room, definitely. Might be tough to get the devil deal on this floor, but it also might be... It might be possible to get Basement Boy, where we take no damage on this floor. They are both have a decent chance of coming through here. And this guy we just gotta wait for. Another bomb. I'm gonna do circle strafing here. I'm just trying to keep these low while I wait for that spider to get in range there, like so. And you notice I went back and forth between the two to ensure that neither of them released more spiders. That's definitely the safe play, and that's how I recommend you deal with that, if you have the luxury to. But I definitely recommend that you deal with those accordingly, and try to deal with the other enemies outside of that. Yes. Totally worth it. I'd like to see some soul hearts, though. I can kind of use this channel of rocks to sort of use it as a choke point, which really is a choke point for myself, but spiders are stupid. For which I am very lucky. 2 of clubs, doubles keys. I'll take 6 keys. Or, I'm sorry, clubs, doubles, bombs. That's definitely a solid bomb there. 8 bombs, I don't need any more than that. The trites, we're just focusing on the ones that are on our side for the most part. The trites don't really aggress onto you purposely. They just kind of aimlessly jump around. And if you have space, I almost got hit there, I'm sure you noticed. So now it's much more likely I can get soul hearts out of poop, which would be great. Unlikely those offer that. I don't want to take that shot there. But I want the treasure room. So we go for this immediately. Gonna take a hit there, unfortunately. This is an annoying spawner, so... We didn't get it. Now we get the soul heart. Okay. It's alright. I'm not too much worse for the wearer. I was hoping to get it, but the only thing I'm really sad about is not being able to... Well, having an unlikely chance to get the devil room. It still is possible. By a decent amount, honestly. That's something powerful. No, Mom's pad is really bad. We have to pick it up anyway. But all this will do is it'll give enemies the fear effect, which is later expounded upon in Rebirth. You can give the enemies the fear effect. Right now, at the moment, this just pushes them away, but it's still a yet unnamed feature. 3 coins, not so bad. No trinkets or anything yet. I like the labyrinth floors. Unfortunately, I did not get Basement Boy. But, we still might persevere. This will not give us anything here, but 2 coins is good. Possibly more from that fire. Unlikely, but possible. Famine is good to see. I'm happy to see famine. He likes to stay in about the middle of the arena that I remember. When he does his dash attack. You can imagine how nice this boss is when you have Scatol. He can also kill his own ads, which is very nice and helpful indeed. I'd like to say I hope he gives me a bunch of soul hearts, but unfortunately I just got hit the one and only one time from those dumb old spiders. And that was enough. That was enough to take away Basement Boy. But we still have plenty of more opportunity for Basement Boy. The ones I'm worried about are not Basement Boy, but Dark Boy and whatever the Womb Boy is. Spelunker Boy should also be relatively easy. I might be able to get that and Basement Boy in one of these challenges. Widow is awful, and one of my less favorite ones. Trying to set him up so I can hit him with the cube of meat. And then we also want to lure him over to these. You don't want to take damage from them, but you do want to lure him over to the spawners. Widow is among my least favorite bosses to encounter on the cellar. I didn't think I was going to get hit by that spider, by the way. I know it was close, but I really, truly didn't expect to get hit there. That one, I knew I could get hit there. This is just going to be a lot of spiders. Let's cause enemies to run away from me. This is interesting. I didn't think it did this, but I like that a lot. We'll come right back to where he was. And that should be the death. Yeah, now I get the soul hearts. But probably no devil room. I'd be happy if I got one now. 4 pills. Balls of steel, great. Shot speed up, meh. Luck up, great. And how about a tears up? Range down. That's not one that affects us that much, plus we got a range up. Finding a top secret room would kind of be annoying. And, altogether kind of unlikely. I'm gonna take a peek in the shop. I know I don't have full coins, but I'm gonna take a peek. It's possible there's greed in there. The ladder is nice and shiny. Okay loadout so far. I would like more damage, per always. There's Guppy's Head, one of my favorite spacebar items, and a soul heart for my trouble. So we only lose a net total of half a soul heart. Guppy's Head will produce blue flies. Blue flies, as we know already, are homing, do 1.5 damage. I believe we've actually already gotten Guppy's Head. It's one of my favorite active items in the game. We're going to go ahead and exhaust all of our money into this guy in hopes that he gives us maybe an HP up. Which he does. Hopefully we can use our reasonable barrier of soul hearts to get a devil room on the next floor, which we'll only have access to the one. I'd like to see something like Brimstone, since we don't have Mom's Knife unlocked yet. But that would be another one that you want to see a lot of. I know the big players of this game never cared much for Mom's Knife and Brimstone because they make the game a little bit too easy. They trivialize it. I'm not like that at all. Give me anything that trivializes it. Anything. I'm happy to indulge in it. Another Curse of the Labyrinth here. We want to not open that shop yet. I will be getting a ton of blue flies, which are not doing a lot of damage, but they're helpful in their own right. With these bee lickers, we want to make sure we don't destroy the unseparated ones until the other unseparated train is done. Otherwise, we'd be dealing with 6 frantically scattering around instead of just 2. Or instead of 3. We gotta find kind of a safe spot here, which is, it's tough to do. The bee lickers also obviously affect the poops, much akin to Larry. I guess Larry, if Larry had TNT in his room, Larry would set the TNT off too. That's why I wanted to open that up. Should always open them. The corn poopy, which is great to say, by the way, has a higher likelihood of containing items. The greed heads, I gotta get in a good position to deal with them. I got kind of lucky on that hopping pattern of the one in the middle that I'm looking at right now. Okay, that is one of the best items in the game, not offensively, but this will give me a 1.5 times damage modifier, faster speed, faster shot speed, better tiers, a heart container, and more range. Magic mush. One of the best possible things you can get. What's notable about that over an item like the Halo, which is still good, it took some damage there, but again, greed head rooms, without flight, I'm not really trying to take no damage in a room. If I had flight, I'd probably try to be a bit more careful. But I don't. I could still yet obtain it. So I want to make sure that was awful. I want to make sure I'm destroying this poop, because poop with the miter is a non-zero chance for soul hearts. Nice to have the secret room there. Destroy this real quick, and we could just circle camp these guys. So we're definitely going to the shop. Even if it contains greed, definitely going to the shop. I still need a key. The ladder would have been nice in this instance. Hey, look at that. We're gonna save that key and the arcade for later when we're done this floor, and hopefully we'll get the shop too. You can see we could start producing a lot of flies, especially if the enemies are pretty weak. I'll take the safety cap. We've got a lot of good pills in the pool. Greed heads, generally it's better to stay still, but that does, common wisdom does not always work with them. I think that was a decent pill. Balls of Steel, it's our best pill. Wish my boys would start coming in on that. Bee licker, they're a lot smarter in Rebirth. I know I'm comparing Rebirth a little bit too much, but man, Rebirth is almost a perfect game. And this is not. It is a very good game, but it is not a perfect game. We'll definitely spend a bomb for 5 coins. That's just good business sense. A lot of these bee licker rooms on the Catacombs XL, just because the rooms aren't as well refined. That's a big limiting factor in this game compared to the other one. These rooms also suck because they have that stupid rift in the center. And they give me like 10. This is a possible guaranteed damage room. That was really tough to avoid. You'll notice I did avoid the first shot. Not on purpose, I just lucked out. I just tried to put myself in. Oh, where can I go? That was an excellent salvo of blue flies. You'll notice this floor is much bigger than the cellar XL. We got the cellar and then the catacombs, which is unlucky. Hopefully we don't get Necropolis too. I'm sure I spoke too soon there, but man can dream. That skeleton key is actually quite useful. Well, not actually. We all know that's going to be useful. I'm low on keys. First one in the center lets me control the center a little bit better. And these guys, remember, they fire randomly. Just a little short. And a dead end on top of it. Oh, man, did I miss a cast of that? Greed heads. That was risky. I deserved the hit. It shouldn't have taken 4 coins for 1. That's stupid. And the second hit also sucked, but still probably going to get a devil deal, which is nice. Pretty easy room here. This floor is huge, though. This is one of the largest. So there's another curse in this game that causes you to have one size larger of a floor, which can sometimes actually be okay. It's really, really bad when you get it in a high level floor. But this one, this is way too big. You know, I'm calling foul play here somewhere, because this is dizzyingly large. XL caves, even XL caves should not be this big. Sacrifice room, we know I'll come back to that. It is a long way away. Maybe I'll just take it now, and hopefully don't waste the soul hearts. Kind of a tough room here. Not for any large reason, it's just don't have a lot of mobility options. Just putting him in this channel. The thing about spiders is they move randomly. Shot speed up really isn't good, but I'll use it just to show off high shot speed. You see, what shot speed does is, when it's high like this, it reduces my total tears, actually. This is an awful room. I'm trying to use the meat cube here. Trying to use the meat cube here, too, but my character's big-ass head is in the way. Yeah, we'll just go around him. Distant admiration, I believe. The mulligan. Okay, never mind. That's even better. That's the mulligan. So the mulligan, every time I hit enemies, I have a chance to produce a blue fly. I'm already producing blue flies. This is excellent. Fantastic. I didn't want to get hit there, but I kind of just wanted to wait it out. These guys only shoot in the X pattern. I'll go back and deal with the other rooms after the bosses. Here's the Hollow, a much more difficult version of Larry. Not too terribly awful, but definitely a much more difficult version of Larry. He's Larry that flies, and bounces around. He doesn't produce poop, and he's a little bit more aggressive against you. Like, Larry's almost your friend. The Hollow doesn't want to see you win. More HP for the potential. And one of my least favorite bosses in the entire game. The only ones worse are the Bloat, which is really bad. So those red poops there, that she's producing, those red poops, I will get damaged if I touch them. I don't know how many she can have on screen, but it could be quite a lot. I'm trying to chub this, like, smoke her, because she'll eat bombs. Did I just get a free win? No. So now she's just going to bounce around the room, and I'm not going to get a ton of hits, but should be kind of okay. It also looks like she's kind of in a loop. She's not. I mean, she is moving slightly. I could start trying to set bombs. Ow. God, I hate those red poops. Okay, so we get the box. We're going to take that right away. Hopefully a soul heart. Range down. I don't want it. The Fool. That actually might be useful, but not for any good reason. Please don't Krampus. Whore of Babylon, we don't benefit from much. Guppy's Paw we take 100% of the time. This gives us an opportunity to transform into Guppy. We'll take this. So what that does, Whore of Babylon, When you are at half a heart or less, which means you can have no red hearts and just all blue hearts, you get a bonus to your attack and speed. We took the Guppy Paw. I don't know if I've taken the Guppy Paw yet. So what that does is, the reason I grabbed it is because you get 3 of those, 3 Guppy items. Dead Cat would be another example, for example. And then you turn into the Almighty Guppy, who has the same flies we do, the same ability we do, the Mulligan, plus flight, but it activates much, much faster, and to the point so much so that Guppy is broken. You also get, like I said, flight. But Guppy's Paw will convert 1 red heart to 3 soul hearts. It's a pretty good ratio. Pretty fair deal. Let's go back to the beginning. Anything in there that I want. First, let's check and make sure we don't have greed. We don't. And we get Book of Revelations, which I'll buy real quick just for 1 soul heart. And to have used it. So what the Book of Revelation does is that can allow us, every time you use it, you have a chance, except on set bosses. Mom would be a set boss. You have a chance to get one of the horsemen. You can only run into 1 horseman per floor. So if you get famine, then pestilence, then war, and then finally death in the womb, you'll get 4 cubes of meat. And that right there is a difficult to get achievement. We'll take the Q too. Speed down. That's not great. I know it seems weird. We're going to come back to the arcade just in case there's a beggar down here. We've got very powerful magic mush here. Which means, and I'm 2/3 of the way to Guppy. To me, that means I practically almost already won. Oh, whoops, that didn't work. Do we want the extra coins? I do. I also spent 3 red hearts, mind you, so that can come back to bite me in the ass, but I do have a lot of soul hearts and a lot of opportunity for soul hearts. So, what happened in this room is they were barred by the poop. If you blasted open the poop, all of those mullabooms would have come spilling out. Again, I didn't forget about it. We'll just come back to it. That's the arcade room. I want Scatole. Scatole would just make me even more ungodly powerful. I'm not ungodly powerful. Honestly, my last run was a little bit more powerful. But not good enough to get me to a no-hit. A certain floor. Guppy item. Nope, but more flies. That's good. You get good Guppy items with decent... Well, decent's kind of a stretch, but some regularity. And if you get Guppy items with regularity in those sacrifice rooms... The curse rooms, not sacrifice rooms. Sacrifice rooms are the ones where you hurt yourself on spikes. I have not even demonstrated them. Okay, we cannot get that. Not going to be able to get those coins. I can get this one. And I have 14 bombs, so I'll take an extra coin. You might think, oh, 37's not that valid to use for a bomb. And I would submit to you that the bombs are not that useful. They're useful in, like, the It Lives fight for me. The moms fight sometimes. And some enemy fights. Mostly they're just used for secret rooms by me. And tinted rocks. Don't have any additional luck, unfortunately. But I do have some hearts kicking around. And yes, I know what you're thinking. Oh, he's going to do this whole thing? And absolutely. And sometimes it's worth it. That's range down. So that right there over there is a very great item. One of the reasons you like using Blood Bag. Nice soul heart. That will restore... That's Pulse of Steel. That will restore, I think, up to 4 hearts. 4 red hearts. And also, it will give you a red container. And even more so, it will combat another problem we have, and that's no speed. It will up our speed value, too. It's a really great item. Great. That's good. I want Pretty Fly. If you roll the fly, you can get Pretty Fly or a fly to spawn, like so. Oh, I got a Pretty Fly. Okay, it gave me one. Never mind. That's great. I'd like several, please. Okay, so far, so okay. while I'm waiting for that, I'll grab this, and I can move around a little bit faster. You notice already I'm moving speedier. More speedily. Hopefully my eye tracker is still up. And if you look at my life total, if you are familiar with Rebirth and not so much this game, which is not necessarily super likely, but possible, you can have way more than 12 hearts in this game. It'll go well off the screen. Tears down. Bad. Another skeleton key, which is funny. At least we know we have a tears down. Which our tears were already kind of meh. But it's compensated by our mass production of mulligan flies. Which offsets our, I would say, middling stats, but we have fantastic stats, primarily due to the wonderful magic mushroom. Something that you do not see enough in this game, and it's a special item. And I don't know all the special items. I'd have to really look at it, but there's some weird ones. I know toothpicks, for example, are a special item. And that one's really funny. Now we enter the depths, and I think we only have to beat Mom in this run, so. But let's get everything we want. See, this extra speed will be very helpful against these globins. Or globins. I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm going to try to use these spikes to my advantage. Which is what they're there for. These guys can really ruin your day. They're just fast, and then they're annoying too. Balls of steel, and now you see it's quite larger. Not our favorite room. That creep kind of prohibits us from taking decent shots, but we get it. And instead of waiting around, and I'll have to navigate a lot in this area, I'm just going to take the sacrifice room now. Shot speed up. We'll do it again for fun. Now you see, this is an item. We need to go deeper. It's a devil item. It's pretty great. Not in this situation. I almost never use it because I'd rather consolidate power. But what it does is it creates a portal for you to go to the next floor. You can see how that might be a little powerful. These leapers are awful. And Scatol here is working in full effect. It makes the bomb flies much slower and much more manageable. Scatol is just fantastic in general. And it's honestly one of your favorite items that you can get with almost no problem. We're just taking our time here. I don't want to take damage from this guy. I hate leapers. And that's really annoying. I hit the space bar, and then he fires that final hurrah hit. God, I hate these things. So these guys shouldn't actually be encroaching on me. And the reason is because I have Scatol. Can't believe he just got that extra hit on me. That's so annoying. It's definitely worth a key. And again, we don't have to do Mom's Heart yet. And the womb is a little tough, but would definitely be doable with this run. Just one leaper. And the leaper's not really being a dick yet. There he kind of was a dick. Sorry, I was just kind of in the zone for a second. Commentary suffered. I guess I was focusing a little bit, but really I wasn't too much. Bump, or best friend, is really kind of shit. It's an inactive item. You drop this down, enemies will attack it, and I think after a period of time it'll explode, yeah. You can also, I believe, manually explode it by hitting the spacebar again. At any rate, we just want to pick it up and never get it again. Unless, you know, my hands are tied, in which case, sometimes beggars cannot be choosers. And will take good use of it. It's a shame that, despite having a lot of power here, and that's from the 1.5 damage multiplier, we're not getting a lot. Look, I have Scatole. You should not be... Well, yeah, they should be spitting out as black flies. And the pooters don't even want to touch me. They don't even want to hurt me. They just want to stand still. They probably still can hurt you if you get contact damage, but it's not like a big deal. Like, these guys should not be encroaching the way they are, but they do, apparently. It's okay. Like I said, an outstanding amount of health. This run is all but one. A guppy would send it over the top. But it's acting a little funny. I thought Scatole was a lot more defensively powerful than this. Maybe I was thinking of Rebirth. We're not going to mess with this. It'll take that internal heart, which I definitely don't need, but who cares? I'm just hoping my flies do some work here. I can still produce flies, even hitting them. I'm going to take damage here. A lot, actually. Keep going here. Don't really care too much about that slot machine, but we'll open it up anyway in case I do change my mind. Good old Larry here, who can get damaged by the fire, so I don't want to, damn it, I don't want to actively extinguish it just yet. And there's holy water. Every time I take damage, it'll just leave a pool of creep on the ground, and it replenishes from room to room. It's a terrible item. One big part of the game is don't get hit. Guess what I don't want to do? Get hit. That enemy, I don't know if we've seen that one before, but that's a special version of the knight. And that special version of the knight is a lot faster, like the open-eyed globins. Which don't count as champion enemies, although he does down there, I believe. I'm pretty sure he counts as a champion enemy. He'll drop an item. He should. Much more aggressive. And the knights already suck, you know. Oh, that hurts when they don't. And he'll make a beeline right for me, so he'll run right into that bomb. That's just range down, I believe, still. Speed down, excuse me. I misspoke. So... they're not spawners, but we still want to get rid of them. Isolate my room presence by a lot. Just gotta take time to get a beat on them. Oh, right, I didn't use that in the last room. And you can destroy them as they emerge. Envy again. Envy's a little bit easier this time with the mulligan. Not by much. You do still want to focus down one at a time. Might be a little bit slow, but this is not a champion Envy, but he's still triplicating for some reason. That's weird and not altogether too common. This super version of Envy does do that, but this is not the super version. He can turn into champion versions, I believe. But again, this is not... he didn't turn into any of them, so that was weird. I took the hit, and obviously the holy water creep is not going to help, because these are flying enemies. So any amount of... that should not have hit, but... my fault. I guess I'm kind of like spacing out too. This is just a really annoying, slow room. That I almost got hit there too, if you saw that. That's because they bounce off of each other, and not just the walls, so it's a lot harder to predict them. It's one reason I hate Fistula so much, and the production of chargers definitely is not great. I'm not really terribly interested in checking all of these rooms now. I'm just getting kind of like, okay, I'm ready. I just gotta beat Mom, so I've got plenty of HP to beat Mom and whatever boss I encounter. If I find a sacrifice room, I'll definitely enter it. That should be it. No. God, I hate these things. Seriously, among my least favorite enemies. Finally. We'll check the shop, but it's gonna be greed. No, it's not. Treasure map is not good. This is just speed down, right? No, it's range down. Yeah, as you can see, I'm avoiding a few rooms, but I thought Chubb was gonna walk into that one. I thought he was gonna walk into that one too. That's annoying. There we go. Chubb dislikes smoke. The reason I keep saying that is it's something from Binding of Isaac Rebirth, as well as this game. It's a fortune that you can get from the fortune teller machine, but it's a hint for a game that prides itself on being so arcane and so difficult to really truly understand. It's a really obvious, kind of bad hint. God, I hate you. And you can't, like, make them suffer knockback. Oh, I have these. And here's War, so we'll upgrade our meat boy, hopefully. War is, in my opinion, the most difficult far and away of all of these guys. He'll go top, middle, and then bottom. Not necessarily in that order. He'll just occupy all three of those planes, roughly. So now I know bottom is safe, and there's middle. Gotta watch out for that attack. Can be a little tough. That was the pretty fly doing work there. I did not dodge that properly. There's middle, so I know middle's roughly safe. He hasn't done his bomb attack yet, which is really what's dangerous. Now in this form, he can fire his 8-way shot that he still does. And he functions a lot like Lust. Or actually, moreover, more like Gemini, because he slows down. That's the boss on the first floor. That makes him quite easy. He didn't do his bomb attack, where he summons the Anarchist Cookbook style of attack. Oh. I already unlocked it for beating the first boss down here? I don't have to beat Mom, it looks like. We'll do it anyway. But yeah, we got the burnt penny from beating the first boss. I actually think that is the win condition, but it's kind of weird and a little doesn't seem super right. So we're gonna beat Mom the old-fashioned anyway, especially since we're already here. Claudies are a tough enemy to handle. Now I'm starting to take a lot of damage because I'm being dumb. And you can see how Flight is really one of the biggest power levels with Mom. I'm going to destroy him quickly. I was hoping to nail her on that. I did, but just not as ideally as I would have. I thought I had more bombs. I did not. Claudie, I walked right into. And this Pootie just wants to be my friend. He likes the way I smell. He smells my cat. And the mulligan you see is still doing a lot of work. It's a very powerful item. The guppy version is just incredibly more powerful. Much more powerful. There we go. So we just get the credits. We don't get anything. We already unlocked the burnt penny, which is a trinket. We actually just picked up the flat penny. And the flat penny is really great. Burnt penny is okay. Both can be useful. Flat penny is a trinket that every time you pick up a coin, you have a chance to get a key. I think it's like about a 50% chance. Likewise, burnt penny is for bombs. And that's about it. When next we do a run, and I say we, but I mean me, we're gonna go ahead and Dead Cat, I guess. Pretty sure Dead Cat. I'm gonna look it up right now, real quick. I've already beaten the game 100%, so I'm not spoiling myself, and I'm not against spoilers to begin with, anyway. I'm looking it up not on my computer, but on my phone. Okay, so let's see. As far as challenges, we've gotten the first 3 down. First try each. 9 deaths. Here I can start actually accruing some deaths. So let's see. Yeah, Dark was the night. You just have to beat Mom. 7 years bad luck is Mom. Large Marge is first steps boss. Yes. Dead Cat ends at Mom. Lord of the Flies ends at the Womb's first boss. Doctor's Revenge ends up at killing Mom's heart. Mead Forever is Mom's heart. Spider Boy probably Mom's heart. Yeah. Isaac Wood's Good Day probably Mom's heart. Oh, you gotta kill Satan and Isaac Was Good Today. Oh. And the Purist is, I think you gotta go all the way to Isaac, but not Blue Baby. Blue Baby is the secret boss and the secret character. Next up, 9 deaths. We're gonna have 9 one-heart lives. It's pretty easy to lose, but you want to accumulate a lot of soul hearts. Stats, still 0 deaths, still begrudgingly 0 mom kills. Only thing we unlocked in this whole run, really, was Burnt Penny. We still only have the 1 ending, but once we get to Mom's Heart, we'll start collecting a lot of those. Collection, I believe that it's 109. I want to say it's between 196 and 198. I had 198 of my items, but sometimes the game glitches out and gets weird. So let's conservatively call it. Let's call it 200. So I'm looking at I have about 30% of all items available. Beyond that, everything went pretty well. We're gonna do this, then this, then this, then this, and then we'll start doing regular runs until we unlock the Purist. Then we'll do that immediately. All of these unlock pretty good things, and I like to have unlocks so I can fill out my collection. That's an achievement. Other than that, thank you so much for tuning in. My name is John, or Gaff196, and we'll see you next time with 9 deaths. Yeah, 9 deaths. And that was Large Marge. All right, and that's it. Thank you. Goodbye. And yes, still going to black screen here. I'm saying goodbye, but this isn't it. Just go ahead and watch the video if you like it. Thank you for tuning in on this black screen. Bye-bye.